My people, my people, my people. Corruption, corrupted member of parliament within the People's National Party. So, Jack then, why is that name on the tip of the tongue of everybody nowadays with the recent scandal up by University Hospital? But anyway, I'm going to put in an insert and then I'm going to expound based on what's been happening with the missing machine, the irregularities, the mismanagement that is happening up by the University of the West Indies. So anyway, I want to take a listen.
Of the 800 procurement activities valued at over 1.6 billion, which were reported to the Integrity Commission in the UHWI's 2024 quarterly reports, only 20 were published on the Government of Jamaica's electronic procurement platform. It further lists among the areas of concern the fact the hospital could not provide procurement documentation for 51 contracts valuing $521 million. The entity also inappropriately utilized its tax-exempt status to import goods for private companies, which is a clear breach of the Customs Act. This resulted in over $20 million in unpaid import duties. The report gives as an example UHWI using its tax-exempt status to import laundry equipment valued at approximately $28 million for private company 1. The hospital also facilitated the import of office furniture and medical equipment valued at $40.6 million for private company 2, as well as cups and dishes worth $1.41 million. The institution subsequently purchased the cups and dishes from private company 3 for a price of $6.9 million. It further notes the UHWI enabled the import of 40 waste bins for private company 4 worth $6.6 million and then purchased the bins for $11 million and covered the remaining import duties and charges. The AG's report notes that in its initial management response in August 2025, UHWI confirmed that it had ceased facilitating imports for private entities using its tax-exempt status. Now, the hospital further acknowledged that this practice violated public trust and procurement law. It adds that in October 2025, UHWI reiterated its acceptance of the findings pending further investigations and stated it was seeking the most suitable measures to prevent a recurrence of such activities.
Dr. Daz, come here. Dennis Garden, come here. Fitzgerald, aka Dennis Mitchell, come here. Because member of parliament, the head of the University Hospital. So, what is it that these three have in common? So, Garden and Mitchell are best friends. And Garden and Dawes are compatriot within the People's Criminal Organization called the PNP. And Dawes is a part of Jamden. Alright. Make we ask some question there. Dennis Garden. The building we have at 18 and 3/4 Linders Road. Remember me did ask if they get the proper documentation, if they go through the right channels to get that building erected. We still can't get no answer back from you because we know the building was erected and put up illegally. Also, all those Cubans that you're employed now at that facility, did you go through the proper channels? How many of those Cubans have work permit? Dennis Garden, we are asked a question and we need to know because we need answers. Because this is an issue that's continue plaguing the People's National Party, because the People's National Party is a party of what? Criminals. Also, make we ask you one another little question again. And also, Dr. Dawes, I have heard about some dialysis machine that has been missing from the University Hospital of the West Indies, that this man right here say him can't give a counterfeit, which is Fitzgerald Dennis Mitchell. But we later get to understand, say, those machine and those irregularities that is up by the University Hospital of the West Indies is also associated with Dennis Garden. So, make we ask another question. Those dialysis machine, Mr. Garden, that was missing from the University Hospital of the West Indies about 2 years ago, I have heard, let me ask you that question again. Why is it that those machines that has been missing from here is at that new facility at 18 3/4 Linders Road? Again, I go ask again. The dialysis machines that was missing from the University Hospital of the West Indies, why is it those machines are at your facility? Another question, another investigation, another criminal charges. Dennis Garden, we still want to know. But Dr. Dawes, we the people would like to know, what is it that you found out about those missing West Indies, the University Hospital of the West Indies, aka UWI. But all of this now come around and it link up in a one small organization. Why is it that the People's National Party is so quiet? Why is it that the People's National Party is so silent? Where is the leader of the People's National Party? Why haven't we seen him? Why haven't we heard nothing about what's happening with the scope and the corruption scandal that is aligned with the People's National Party up by the University Hospital of the West Indies? What? Cat got to y'all tongue? But make we ask again, Dr. Dawes, the findings that you found, it's not correlated with the findings that I found. So you are incriminated in this whole entire matter, because guess what? You stated that you were working as a consultant for Jamden 4 years ago. They were happening after this now, but guess what? For this case, make it make sense. So guess what? Bye!